Oh, hi, Mark. Got my nose cauterized. Middle of the night in China. That's pretty neat. Yeah.
This is the story of how I was bled to death in China.
This past summer, I went overseas to visit my family.
But I found myself in one of the furnaces of China, Wuhan City. This place averages 92 degrees Fahrenheit every single day. Literally hell on earth. The heat on top of the super dry weather was a no-no for my nose. See, I had this problem that my nose loves to bleed for no reason. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. 99% of my nosebleeds really do me nothing, but this 1% of bad nosebleeds hit me bad in China. Now, like I said before, I was in the furnace of China, and that gives my nose a reason to bleed. You know when your skin gets super dry, like really dry, it can crack and bleed? Well, that's what happened to my nose. A week prior to my taste of death, I would consistently get these daily nosebleeds, and this is me on the day before. Yeah, it's not looking good.
Now in China, the AC is pretty expensive, so we turn it on for a bit, then off.
During this off time around 1 in the morning, the heat woke me up. Conscious, I could feel the scab from the nosebleed a day prior bugging me, so I brought my finger up to my nose and I picked it. I was such an idiot because guess what, Mark? That little crusty scab is saving you. But I didn't listen. And quickly, I felt the surge, which is this rush of blood from the back of your nose racing to come out. I dashed to the bathroom, began my clotting ritual, which is to stay calm, pinch the crux of my nose, and meditate to bring that heart rate down. But nothing worked, it wasn't slowing down, and none of my nosebleeds have ever been longer than 20 minutes. At points, blood would pour out of my nose, and at the end, there was a puddle at the bottom of the trash can. I began to worry. The dehydration started to kick in and I needed help. So I woke up my aunt and my uncle. And once they walked in and saw the trash can, I could instantly tell that they knew that this nosebleed was worse than the others. Prepping a cold towel and some water, they began the neck slap. Welcome to traditional Chinese medicine of Mark. So you get your fancy dandy towel here. It's a little moist, so you know, keeps you cool to lower that heart rate. You know what I'm saying? And then you know how it works is, you know what? I'll just show you. You get some water, put it in your hand. Whoa, wait, water. And you what you do is, and yeah, just want to slap that baby pretty hard. You know, just keep doing it, man. Keep that neck moist. Oh. Yeah, it is as dumb as it looks. Nonetheless, it didn't work and I needed to get to the ER, so
We went outside to wait for a taxi, but taxi after taxi after taxi ignored us until our savior arrived. We rode our way through the darkness and eventually ended up at the hospital.
But once we got inside, we realized that we were at the wrong side of the hospital and no one helped us. I mean, no one. And out of all places to expect help and kindness, I found none. So, with my arm around my aunt, we took it to ourselves to find the surgeon.
We wandered through this huge city hospital in the dark, tears rolling down my aunt's face, fearing that I'll end up like my mother. My uncle in front dashing around looking for the right building. And me, well, you're not going to die, Mark. But what if? How would my dad know? This can't be the last day, can it? I'm in China. Can they even fix this? 过来，在这里.
Once inside, it looked like an abandoned hospital in a horror film. The cliche one light lit the hallway and this dark figure of a nurse creepily guided us into a surgical room. A few minutes later, the surgeon comes in. Forever God knows why both of them were there at 2 in the morning, but I'm indebted to them. Except for the torture they put me through. First, she suffocated my nose by sticking cotton swabs into the back of it. It stopped the bleeding for now, but then she grabbed a magnifier and looked inside my nose. After a bit, she spoke to me in Chinese that I couldn't understand, except for the words, Sangha 3.
Clueless, I just sat there as I watched her take up a pointy metal object into her hands. She stuck it in my nose, word on a machine.
My nose ached in agony as if a part of it died, and well, it did because she did this. A nose cauterization, but with a couple of thousand watts of electricity. I knew I had to end this bleeding, so I took a hold of my aunt's hand and got ready to get tased again. Again! It was over. The tears of sweat, pain, and relief filled my shirt. They stuffed my nose with a wet plug and sent me home.
But other than that, it should be good. So, this is a messy night.
One thing I learned is no matter what you're going through, your family will do anything to help you. 我爱你姨妈和 uncle，谢谢你的收看。